Greetings and salutations to all you folks out there. As you can see, I've got a Wonder game up in the background, and I gotta say, this is probably the single stupidest team game that I have seen in the last month. I watched about the first half of it, and it is freaking hysterical, so I'll get to see how it ends with you guys, and we'll dive into that in just a minute. However, before we get there, I did want to mention, I do have a Twitter account that has been unused for months. It is at the Brink. The link is in the description of this video. To all you folks out there. And there's, as you can see, I've got a Wonder game up in the background, and I gotta say, this is probably the single... No! Technical difficulties, I hate that. Anyway, over this past weekend, I finished my PC upgrade, so if you guys want to see the parts on that, I basically did like a build log on the Twitter account, and then anything that I have news as far as Supreme Commander goes, when new casts go live, question and answer sessions, and then I'm going to start taking votes and stuff on casting for the live cast on Saturday. If you guys want to get involved in that, go ahead and hit up the Twitter account, and then there is also a Facebook account there that I've been getting some messages on, but I'm going to try to use a little bit more. So if you guys want to get in contact with me that way, those links are in the description, and have at it. Without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into this game, introduce the teams, and see where it takes us. On the northern side, we have Freshy taking Seraphim in the air slot. Double resource allocation for a faction always makes it a handy-dandy thing in the air slot. Then on the right-hand side, we have Dylan taking Cybern speedy units to get around the outside edges. Legendary with Leet spelling. Cybern in the front slot, and then Seraphim for Yenan on the left. It's going to be double Sarah, double Cybern. And then on the right-hand side, Zuzhan is taking UEF for the southern team. Bully Dozer, Seraphim in the mid, Seraphim for Lake on the left side, and then Ace Lenny. I'm wondering, no, Raptor Jesus wouldn't name. Somebody who loves Lenny in the air slot taking Aeon faction. One other thing, if you are having issues with the audio balance, please tell me, because since I reset everything in my PC, I kind of had to go back and retweak my settings. So if I don't have it correct, tell me and I'll fix it. And this is the oddest thing that I have seen in a very long time. We have the initial land factory being handed to Freshy. We have one engineer going out to mid, I'm assuming for the reclaim. Yes, right there. And the ACU trekking towards the other base in a straight line. He placed his move order on the spawn of the opposing air player. And that is pretty much the most ridiculous thing I've seen in a very, very long time. We're going to have an intentional suicide, maybe taking another ACU with him, hopefully. That would be best case scenario. And he's going to give double eco to Freshy in a no-share game. So if he mutual KOs someone, basically it's 4 ecos versus 3 at the very beginning of the game. So this is going to be interesting to see if he can get that. Yeah, there goes the land scout. So they see him on his march. Surely he could not be running straight for the base. Here we go. What the hell? Heading towards it. This is pretty much the ultimate troll option. This is like something I would do. On the right, we do actually have some good aggression. We've got a Mantis heading around the outside edge, going to prevent an Expansioneer from hitting that corner, and then ACUs in pretty much the standard places, regular build orders for everybody else except for Freshy, who's building a few more engineers than normal. Legendary and Bulldozer going for a stroll in the park, side by side, hand in hand, walking back towards the base. It's probably not going to be a mutual, because we have a 1500 health advantage for Bully Dozer, and Legendary is walking through tank fire. So I do believe that Bully is going to be able to take Legendary out without dying, but he's going to lose all of his build power, because this ACU is going to go nuclear right in the middle of the freaking base. That Mantis has gotten all the way around the outside edge. I don't see any engineer kills. That's a good denial option, and there it goes around the right-hand side, continuing into the airbase. T1 Bombers joining in now. Legendary is actually going to kill the air player's build power. Forget the front player. He's just going to take out white. That is great. If Legendary can knock out a couple of Mass Extractors, those are all upgrading at the moment. So that would be a lot of mass lost. And there he goes. Taking out all the engineers in the back. The comment section on the side of this is hilarious. Someone actually pulled the "you are a coward" in-game comment. Oh, that's fantastic. So, lots of fiery explosions to begin the game. But now it's going to kind of settle back down to normal, and that did not turn out as an ideal situation because he didn't take an ACU with him. So basically the Northern team is now slightly behind. The advantage that he's going to have, though, is that both ecos are going to be focused under one person's control, and that's going to give him a lot of coordination and allow him to tech up his Mass Extractors faster if he chooses to do that. It actually looks like he started the mother of all T1 spams. That is like 35 factories planned. So it looks like it's just going to be a spam war. No turtle in this game. A couple of T1 point defense laid down in a few places, mostly to prevent ACU progression. But yeah, we're about to see millions upon millions of Mantis. The million Mantis march towards the southern side. Lake is throwing down some radar here, and Bully Dozer is still well above half health. So he is fairly well off. Looks like we've got a T2 upgrade going down for Zuzhin, who has a nice little complement of mobile units. Even if you're getting the upgrades on your ACU, you still need to build units on any map, but especially Wonder, because you know there's going to be some spam, and they're going to get all up around the outside edges into every crack and crevice if you're not too careful. Ilsheva moving towards the south side, and Freshie is actually fronting with his ACU. He has walked all the way from the back, abandoning the traditional air player stance, and he is trying to tear a hole in the front left. This Ilsheva is the only support unit that's come in from Yenin. Yenin's throwing up T2 power in an effort to get ahead in the tech war. The Ilsheva is a nasty thing to have in the back of your base. It's not too terribly quick and speedy, but it does have incredibly long range with high DPS and a lot of HP. It's one of the more expensive T2 units, and it does very well for itself. So it is quite hard to kill with a stream of T1 unless you can bombard it from a distance with T1 artillery, which is basically what's happening right there. Although once they walk into range, not going to be so lucky. Things look relatively even on the right hand side. Have a few more units for Zuzhin. We have T2 on Dylan and for Gray. So that's going to be basically toe-to-toe on the right-hand side. And the epic spam has not quite begun yet for Freshie, but he is still scaling up his factories. Let's take a look at his eco. He's pulling in 73 mass per tick, biting into a little bit of reclaim, actually maintaining balanced eco with that many factories running. That would be 9 Cybern and 6 Seraphim factories. 15 land facts so far, and still building. Building like a madman. I think Bob the Builder has invaded Supreme Commander with all of those housing divisions going up. And that is something, there you go. Yeah, abandon that. You don't want to build a string of T1 point defense, because then a single T1 artillery shot can damage 3 or 4 at a time, and it's just a waste of effort. Interestingly enough, T1 point defense builds so closely together that your ACU can't walk in between them, so you can effectively use them as walls that deal damage and just have way lower health and are way more expensive. So if you're building a teleport prevention pad in the back of your base, you don't actually want to build it all the way around your ACU, because then you can't walk out without reclaiming some point defense. Very incredibly annoying. And this Ilsheva is still alive. 21 kills, laid waste to 4 mass extractors and a whole lot of power generators. My goodness. Also, someone built mass storage instead of power, which is freaking hysterical. The string of mass storage in the back. That's a recipe for power stall. This little pushback here is nice, very nice. Freshie was able to push some units of his own, right up in here, which was a good distraction for Gray, and that allowed Dylan to get around in the backside of the base. If he can nail that power storage right there, he can easily kill off the Hydro and all of that power. That would be the prime target, but there's tanks in the way, so I don't know that it's going to make it. There it is! Focus Fire. 1k damage on the area of effect for that, which is going to be well over half the health of the Hydro. I don't... it's going to be close. Yes, he got it. Right before the last tank died. Putting a hurting down. Cerberus turret's going up on the front over here. I'm not going to qualify it as a turtle yet, because it is creeping forward and he does have T1 point defense over there. Making use of the Mantis build ability, that whopping 1 build power that resides in the face of every Mantis tank. Freshy is assisting Yenin to get some upgrade or another. That would be T2. No, he already has T2. What is he getting? The gun? It says he's -7. We'll see in just a minute. Ace Lenny is actually doing extremely well. He's out-teched Freshy. Freshy's in a power stall at the moment, but he is pulling in 79 mass to in the 60s for Freshy, and reclaiming up to 93 spikes. And then he's already got his T2 air factory, pushing gunships out, getting power generators up, and it looks like he's just going to shoot for T3 air like normal. He's just going to let his front soak damage, not really do anything in an effort to assist them. And he's going to play towards the mid-range to long game. The question is, how long will the fronts hold up with this many units on board? We have 5 Ilshivas with about 50 T1 units in from Freshy. And with that many factories, he's going to be adding about 30 units every... Well, actually, we can look at the build time on them. That would be the easiest way to calculate this. Holy mother of power stalls, that is horrifying. Okay, Mantis build time, 13 seconds. So on 30 factories, that would be roughly 120 T1 units per minute without stalling, if you didn't stall. So yeah, that's a lot of spam. More Mantis pushing around the outside edge. We just have Mantis everywhere. It's like a cockroach infestation. I'm still getting a kick out of the chat over here because they're still complaining about the suicide player. Realistically speaking, this team was actually ahead at the point of that ACU's death. And in the early game, when ACUs are so critical for combat, if you were to push early before this spam came online, they probably could have double teamed one of the positions and eliminated it very early. But now it's just too late. The build power's up, the eco's claimed, there really isn't a soft spot in the front anymore, and these guys are just going to have to deal with the T1 units. Now thankfully, there's some T1 point defense, a couple of T2, well, one T2 point defense, and there's T2 rolling out from the southern side. And one bad thing about T1 units is that later in the game, it's harder to get a critical mass in one area. The T2 units pack more mass value, more health, more damage into a smaller area. So it just makes for this little glob of high power units cutting through spread out low power units. And after a certain point, T1 is essentially useless. And you're seeing that right here. We're almost to that point. These Ilshivas, with the help of a gun comm and another commander over here, have been able to stop the flow of the Mantis once you kill off the running clump at the beginning of the group, and the rest are just trickling in. You've pretty much won. And as long as they can back up just a little bit, get out of reach of those Cerberus turrets, then they will be fine. That point defense creep is real, though. When was the last time you saw a Cybern point defense creep? Well, don't answer that, because it's actually kind of effective. The Cybern shields and point defense build the quickest, even though they are the weakest. So you're able to proceed forward very, very rapidly, even if you only have a T2 ACU with no assisting build power. We're talking a handful of seconds to build any of this stuff. If you look at the UEF tech, we've got 20 seconds for a shield and 15 seconds for a point defense, with Cybern, oh, well, it's not as much as I thought it was. 6 seconds less for the shield and 1 second less for the point defense, but the point defense is cheaper. That was 480 mass. I should know these numbers by heart by now. 480 mass versus 540 mass, so 60 more mass for the UEF point defense. Okay, back out to the strategic view of things. T2 gunships moving up towards the north. That is going to help get these Mantis that are skirting around the outside edges. Unfortunately, UEF tanks are substantially slower than Mantis, so you kind of have some interception issues when you have Mantis running around the outside of the base. If you can get some pillars online, the pillars are actually faster than strikers are. They're like the only T2 main assault tank that's that way. The T2 is faster than the T1, and it will help you tremendously when trying to intercept those speedy Cybern units. And this is exactly what you want to do when you have T1. You want to get it all in a tight little clump as close together as you possibly can and rush forward in one tremendous wave to just try to swarm over everything in your path. And Freshy is still ferociously power stalled. This is just ridiculous. He's pulling in just over 1k power, and part of that is overflow from his team, and he's just not teching. So this is actually starting to get worrisome. That spam was so strong, but once the T1 starts getting phased out, then you start having problems where the person who's been teching this whole time and has 150 mass in the bank as far as eco goes, 148 per tick, and he has hit T3 air, gonna have a bad time in this kind of situation. When you do have T1 units like this, you want to use the Shift G command on your move orders. You need to select the entire group, place a move order, press Shift and G together, and what that does is instead of a single move order for 50 units, it places 50 individual move orders to the exact same spot. So instead of running in formation, all of your units take a straight line course as fast as they possibly can to the same spot, and they all pack in together. And that is how you get, you can partially overcome the spread of mass problem that I was talking about with T2. Because your T2 is nice and clumped up, has a high value in a small spot, and your T1 is all spread out. And it's dying. Terrible, terrible deaths. I do like the Strat Bomber. This is going to be rather bothersome to get rid of if he wasn't flying in circles and taking interceptor fire all over the place. For some reason, he has decided that it's a good idea to attack a T2 ACU in the middle of a bunch of shields, which is pretty much the opposite of what you should be doing. That should be hitting eco. Control K'ing the factories in the back. Freshy has finally decided that his T1 spam is not going to be working much longer. He's going to reclaim this mass, do a little bit of teching, and try to catch up on that front. Lake is in big trouble. He's got a gun commander and 4 Ilshivas on him, and he is shedding health so fast. That's going to be the end of that. Kaboom! The beautiful 5-pointed star that is the Seraphim Death Null. And then on the right-hand side, it looks like Zuzhin is in not the best of situations. He's got a lot of Cerberus fire coming in. His shield is gone. He's got some units around him. He does have Ilshivas from Bully Dozer in here. So I don't think he's in immediate danger, but he probably needs to back up slightly. That is rather worrisome when you have units folding around to this side. Bully Dozer is in a good position to stop this. And there are so many T1 bombers. Ace Lenny doing his best to throw in some damage on that. Raptor Jesus, I see you in chat. Who are you in this? Are you white? Because if you're Ace Lenny, that's just awesome. I actually mentioned that at the beginning of the cast, that it might be you, but I didn't think you would give up your Raptor Jesus name. Bully Dozer is going to go down. I think that was at least partially due to friendly fire from the Strat Bomber. I think at least one Strat Bomb hit him. So, yeah. Lenny, you killed your teammate. Oh, crap, I missed it. Sorry, people. I'm not 100% sure what killed him. That may have actually been a Control K. Not entirely sure unless it was a snipe. Maybe that hit him. That would be a good bet. We're going to say it was attack missile kill. That's what we're going to go with. Alright, Ace Lenny. Well, what we have here, folks, is a race against time. We have units coming in. We have Galactic Colossus. Galactic Colossus is not built yet. Will it be quick enough? I think it will. We're already at 80%, and he has got a buttload of build power and a whole bunch of mass on that thing. And now he's doing the right thing. Build that Tech 1 point defense. Forget the T2. Well, okay, maybe finish it since you already started it, but anyway. T2 point defense, slow fire rate, slow turn rate. Yeah, not the best for dealing with T2, especially when you have Aeon. And Ace Lenny's pretty much just going to chill out in the middle of the oncoming swarm, soak damage with his ACU, and make sure that that Galactic Colossus gets online. It is really funny in my mind how a T3 ACU building T1 point defense actually has vastly superior damage output to a direct combat commander. I guess it all just depends on how the flow of the game turns out. Galactic Colossus is online, and that fiery eyeball is going to burn a hole through all these T1 units in the front. Nicely done. Control K your T1 units when a T4 is coming through so that you do not feed it unnecessary veterancy. And that Galactic Colossus is, I am 100% sure, going to just head directly into the base. Alright, this makes me nervous. He does have SAMs online, which are going to reach out and touch the T1 bombers before they get in range. If he didn't have SAMs, that is actually enough T1 bombers to kill an ACU in like 1.5 passes. But between the T3 air and the SAMs, I don't think he's going to have to worry about that. And goodness gracious, the carnage! The slaughtering ground for interceptors over the heads of those SAMs. Talk about overkill. Bully Dozer saying, this game makes no sense. Yeah, pretty much. I am right there with you. This is the most nonsensical game ever. Still summoning the T1 spam versus T4 units now. And this is kind of hilarious in its own right, because he's actually building T1 bombers as fast as the ASF are killing them. So it's down to 88k health. One veterancy will fix that though, and once he bites into these factories, I don't think it's going to be an issue. ASF very, very slowly making headway versus the hordes of T1 bombers that are coming off of these factories. You know, if veterancy wasn't an issue, the T1 bombers would eventually win this. Very, very slowly, but they would win it. But unfortunately, there is just not time for that before he walks clean to the other end of the map. You know, you thought that your mom had an icy glare when you did something wrong. This is the true gaze of death right here. Galactic Colossus obliterating everything it looks at. Perhaps the more appropriate comparison would be to Medusa. That would actually be a really cool mod. If someone were to make that on, like for an April Fool's Day thing, where instead of destroying units, the Galactic Colossus just turned them into stone. It's like pull a gray texture, like that texture. Freaking awesome. It'd also be terrible because it would be eliminating build area, because you couldn't get rid of the factory after that. Maybe you can make it reclaim. Alright, enough tangent. Holy crap, that was a bad rabbit trail. Freshie is now within range of the Galactic Colossus, and he is going to die a horribly painful death. And that is that. The only person left is Dylan, and to be completely honest, he does not have any options left whatsoever. Kudos to the North team for the unconventional strategy. I'm not sure that I would recommend suicide as a game-winning idea, but it actually worked reasonably well for them. It's just that the Northern team stayed T1 for way too long, and that just doesn't work. T1 is viable for the most part for the whole game in some form or another, but when you're talking about your mainline combat units that are running into superior tech, then you really need that T2 and hopefully even T3 to make it happen. Basically, we're just waiting on the final Cybern Fireball at this point. As always, guys, I am going to take some questions. If you have any curiosities about anything that goes on in the cast, in the Subcom world, in YouTube, my personal life, go ahead and ask it away. I will answer to the best of my ability, and then we're going to play a game together. I think it's time to play a Wonder. Since we just watched mayhem unfold on this map, we might as well play a game for ourselves, and hopefully my internet will not crap out on me again like it did a couple weeks ago. That would be the best case scenario. Alright, Raptor Jesus, you are correct. You are SGI and not GB Clan. I should have seen that. But yes, Ace Lenny is an awesome, awesome name. Alright, I'm going to go silent for just a minute. I'm going to read back up through the comments. Again, if you want to see the PC build that I did over the last couple of weeks, and if you want to keep up with me in between casts and take part in some communications, voting, notifications when casts go online, stuff to do with Subcom, not subscribe. That is totally the wrong terminology for Twitter. Hit me up at the brink. The link is in the description of the video. And that would make me a happy person and keep you much more informed. Alright. Yeah, Raptor Jesus up here is commenting on Shift G being great for swarming bases. I know I talked about that, but that is something, that was a move order that was originally introduced into the game to help with split attacks. You select a group of attacking units, you select 5 or 6 different targets, and then you attack and press Shift G, and instead of all of your attacking units attacking the targets sequentially, they will split up and go after all of them at the same time, roughly evenly distributing their damage. It doesn't always get it right, but you know, it's like a carpet bombing instead of a precision bombing. And people have realized, I've realized over the last month or so, you can use the Shift G in normal moving conditions as a different type of move order, and it actually helps tremendously in managing your units, especially Navy. Because T3 Navy spreads out so much on the water. And you can select a clump of Navy, throw down the move order, and then tap Shift G, and you'll get a nice little clumped movement of your Navy where everything stays inside the shields. It's weird. I've never had OBS have an issue before, but it just did. Anyway, your Navy stays really nicely clumped, close together, and it just helps when you're microing versus other people. I have not blocked Canada. I don't know why Canada cannot see my stream. Someone is commenting on that. Well, hopefully they see it when it goes back up. When it goes up as a recording. Okay. That's just about all the way through. Okay, I'm going to get this other game hosted. Exit out of here. Let us host. I am going to host, let's see. Gotta fix all my settings. I'm going to host up to 1800, I think. I'm going to host 500 to 1800, which is still a huge range, but it's going to cut out some of the problems that we have when, there's just like a total stomp because the ranking is so spread. I'm going to do Wonder. I think I'm going to do Wonder 5 versus 5, not 6 versus 6. Because that will help with our connection issues. I host that up and get all the settings in.
Group formed. Group formed. Group formed. Group formed. Group formed. Group formed. Group.
I'm going to go random factions to match my random slot.
Group formed.
And it's already full. Hot diggity dog. We can go ahead and launch. It looks like no one is even on the no one's even on the proxy. Fantastic. Maybe we won't have any connection issues. We can get everybody to X. We can launch this son of a gun. Come on, Aerosmith. X. One momento. Okay, but only one. Trying to think if I may need to turn down my bitrate. I hope not. We're going to see how this goes. If I start getting lag in, I may have to restart the stream one more time to get the bitrate down. But we'll see what happens. Hopefully the overclock is stable. I finished an hour-long stress test, and I've already played a couple of games today, so I think I'll be fine. I don't know of any issues that I'll be having, but we'll just have to see how it turns out. Alright. If anyone is watching this stream and you are on the other team, I would greatly appreciate you closing out the cast so that I'm not explaining what I'm doing into your ear holes and you're informing your entire team and playing against me. Now, on this, I think we are going to do pretty standard build here. I'm going to rush the Hydro. I'm going to drop no mass extractors. I'm going to run directly towards the north. Snag this T3 wreck, start sucking up some of the rocks over here, and yeah, should be good. Not exactly smooth. There's not too much lag. For those of you who do not know, the apostrophe key and then ren show network stats command gives you the networking tools. And I am, in fact, lagging, so I'm going to have to change my bitrate. I'm going to do that on the fly here in just a second. Let's start my build order. And then I'm going to cut down from 3 to 2 something. Alright, restarting stream very briefly, coming back. Alright, that just about cut out all the lag, so I think we're going to stick with this setting. Alright, so as mentioned before, I'm going to run in. Pro tip, if you look through the trees and see what is breaking, you can actually see which units are headed your way. And I don't see any breaking. So I'm going to go ahead, run straight up, grab the Omni, tag back, and wait. Let's go ahead and throw down some mass extractors. Forward. Okay. Looking good. Overflow it to the rest of my team. Even if I can't use it, can't let them have it. We're going to go ahead and throw down a mechs upgrade. Actually, I'm going to throw down 2. As soon as this one gets done building, we're going to go ahead and upgrade him as well, because I got plenty of mass in the bank. No power, though. 61k. That's going to be an issue. Alright, I'm going to actually finish that and build another factory here. That way I can get some more engineer spam online. We're going to cancel out that one. There's the units. Okay. A little bit of manual reclaim never hurt anybody. Think I can wing another mechs upgrade with a pause or 2. I just have to see how it runs. And there is the annoyance. Thing I was afraid that was going to be coming. The scout. Rat. There we go. Minus 24 power. I think I'm just going to deal with the stall for now. Okay. A scout in here somewhere. Manual reclaim is your friend. Always do as much as you possibly can. I hear gunfire. That would be tanks on an ACU on the left-hand side. Yeah, I got Vandahar in the left. I've got a 700 air versus a oh crap, 1300 air. Well, that sucks. That really, truly, terribly sucks, because we're going to lose air, and Dark is going to strap bomb us all to death. I can call it right now. That's exactly what's going to happen. So, yeah, just be prepared for that. Hopefully we can overrun it at the beginning of the game, though, and do some damage. I'm actually going to pull everything that I have together into a push. I'm overflowing mass, and that is so terrible. How dare I? Alright, going to grab T2. Yes, I do realize that I am way out in front, and that is a highly exposed position. But I'm going to grab the upgrade anyway, because I have a couple of tanks to back me up, and I don't think I'll run into too much of a problem. I'll pause one of these to conserve my eco stance. Snag one of these little guys, and let's go grab some more mass. Oh, the power stall is atrocious. How is that happening? I'm pulling 340 in. Prioritize. I need this more than I need that. There we go. That's looking a little better. Alright, so let's add some more to our power spam then. Let's do this. Good. Okay. Ah. My air is actually doing something useful. Building a jester and going out here and harassing. Nice. Very nice. Got some tanks in the back though. Luckily people are clued into what's happening. Lay down a ping just so I'm sure my teammate knows about it, and we will see what happens. Let's see, I need an air factory. On T2, finish. You can do it. There we go. There's our handy dandy radar. I'm absolutely amazed that that's not within range of the T1 point defense. But whatever. I'll take it. Alright, after this point defense is built, I'm going to finish these upgrades, which I know is going to put me in a little bit of a stall. That's okay. I have plenty of tanks on my side. I actually have an overcharge in the bank. I'll be able to walk up. Let's tank this damage with the ACU. Preserving my tanks because I do have 15k health on this. Oh, nice. Point defense is going to wipe it out. Oh, that is a gun comm. That was not planned. I'm going to die.
Commander under attack.
As soon as I try to close in on one of these guys, I'm getting triple teamed, so this is not going to end well. Alright, the radar, let's throw up another in the rear so I can actually see what's going on. And T2 units. I desperately need that gun upgrade, which I did not get a minute ago.
Commander under attack.
And Cerberus turret. Nice little push there. Aerosmith is doing a fantastic job. Hopefully this is going to make a difference as far as getting those people off of me. One thing I do know about Dark Templar is he will go straight to T3 air and do absolutely nothing for his team until then, because he's completely counting on that early strat bomber. So that's actually going to work somewhat in my favor, because I know that I'm not going to have to worry about getting obliterated by air before the T3 stage, which is about 4 minutes away. Not a lot of comfort, but a little comfort, so I'll take it. Alright, let's get all this right here. Stop building engineers, because you have plenty in the back. Actually, let's not do that either. Let's build Lobos. That is a good idea. From this air factory, let's get some scouts going. That'll be very handy. And I have the gun upgrade so I can match range and damage with anything that gets thrown at me. And we're actually going to go after green. I think that's the best case scenario in this instance. Gonna try to please reach. There we go. Beautiful. Oh man, he's got the TAC commander over here. No, that's not. That is mobile missile launchers. Good. I was about to get kind of scared. I will lovingly embrace your gun commander, my friend. Come within my reach. Never mind. We'll go this way. Alright, purple's coming in. Hot damn, we're going to get in here. Alright, redirect all traffic flow to the north. Never mind, orange is here. Crap. Alright, so Cerberus turrets are going to hold. I'm going to pull back. Let's go ahead and throw down a T2 upgrade. Do I have enough mass? No, I do not. I do need to push back in here, though. Is that another gun commander? I don't think so, because he's not hitting these units. That's T2 only. So I think we're fine. Let's go ahead and see if I can get this to fly. If I can, that'll be awesome. Minus 900 power. Ouchie wawas, that hurts to look at. So much mass. So much power, I mean. Pause that sucker. Charge up the old battery banks again. This is not looking good at all. Thankfully, he still has a T2 air factory. That is something going for us, I do suppose. And someone froze. There we go. Stop that mess. Stop just outside of T2 point defense reach and reclaim what I can. See, that is more Tech 2 land factories going up. He is building T2 gunships. That makes me nervous. Let's see, where's that T2 factory at? Let's do shield, flak, and 2 flapjacks on repeat. That'll give me my support units that I need to get up in here and do some damage. And then we can do auto build on the TAC missiles. Can't really get in for a good position on that. Right hand side, not looking extremely healthy, but not terribly bad either. Okay, I'm pretty much just going to chill out here for now. This is going to force me into a harder stall, but I'm going to pick... Actually, I'm going to stop these because I am rapidly reaching the end of T1 usefulness. I'm going to do that. I'm going to snag some of these in the rear and start laying down our storages, which actually puts us in a really good place eco-wise. I'm going to pull my ACU back. Let's see. Go up that way, Scout. Maybe you'll have better luck. Let's see if I can snag those power generators. That is going to be hilarious if it lands. And it will! It's going to kill all of his T2 engineers too. Yes! Yes! It's a beautiful thing. Alright, gonna do a little pause micro here. Alright, what do we got? What do we got? Oh, it didn't hit. What's up with that? That's weird. And he is creeping the point defense forward. So many Cerberus turrets. Alright, fall back a little bit more. Get 2 support factories online and start rolling pillars. Looking like on the outside edges. If I build enough mobile flak, theoretically I can actually keep T3 air at bay. It's just kind of difficult to do. I do need radar, that is important. Let's see, all of these engineers in the back. Let's go this way and pull, and let me send some assistance this way. I did not even notice. Oh, crap. Well, that would explain what Dark Templar has been doing. Hip hip hooray for map awareness. I totally fail at that. Well, let's see if I can mitigate the damage somewhat here. We got the absolute worst of luck on that team draw. I do know that. That is the Shift G order that I was talking about. You can see what it does. Not that it does that much good against that much T2, but you can actually see where it's headed anyway. Too bad that is under tac defense. That is really too bad. Okay. That is a dead ACU right there. He has overcharge. Why? There we go. Nice overcharge. Alright, we have enough mass now. Let's go ahead and get some more pillar factories online. I'm going to try to prevent any push buys right here. Running very low on T1 units. Lots of T1 artillery though. I'm actually going to stop that. Flapjacks we got just enough. Let's start laying down some fire on these point defense, and we're going to move shielding artillery up to the front to match it. It's a little bit further than I would like it to be, but it's okay. Walk forward with that. An eye on our units down here. Oh crap, that was a tac launcher, I think. And he has got so much assistance on that. I'm sure he's going T3. Yes, he is. We're going to see bricks in just a minute here. Not that I can do much about it, but just so we know what's coming. So that shield is up. Trying to get a point defense online. Let's see what we're going to do here. And there's the T3. I'm actually going to have to bust in with the gun comm in order to make this work. Let's see, I got 3 mobile shields. I'm going to tag directly to my commander. If I move forward, it's going to abandon all of that. Much drops. See, the question here is, how can I best apply myself to actually do any good? And I don't really know the answer to that question, because everything here is failing. I can't help but think that some of it's my fault, because the units from here are some of the ones that are going there. But let's see if I can knock something out here. There's not that many combat units left. If my mobile shields can take the hits until I can punch this point defense out, then I actually will do some good here. Alright, let's move in. Alright, so many Cerberus turrets. Good lord. Alright, fall back. I'm dead. Crapola. Alright, go out front. Soak some fire for me, guys.
Commander under attack.
Oh boy.
Under attack. Commander under attack.
I need that kill for veterancy. Stop.
System enabled.
Oh, well, this is useful. No, don't run back. Oh, my tanks are going. That would be why he's running back. Okay. Pink is not looking very healthy at all. Let's see, rebuild my mechs. That is also mine. Goes back online. Goes looking relatively well balanced, but with the T3 mobile artillery online, I really can't do much at this point. Let's see. Get rid of that mess. Got mobile flak nearby. Still on T2 air, but he's going T3 mechs. So basically he's playing reactionary. He knows, and the drops. That is why. I was about to say, he knows that there is no air competition at all. And so basically he is poking and prodding around the outside edges of the map, which is actually exactly what he should be doing, and making it so that nobody can ever get built up or get ahead. Screw the T3 air, you don't need that because, hey, you're winning on the front lines. So we're going to send all of our pillars southward, and we're going to go ahead and try for a T3 upgrade. We've got 3 engineers over here going to get on that. And honestly, I'm kind of at a loss as to what else to do besides that. I actually have enough mass. I can throw down a T2 artillery here. That will provide some fire against those. It's artillery that outranges them. Let's see what happens when we head down this way. We need a radar. Oop, misclick. Over that away. If I can get around the south edge. Hello, Bricks. Nice to see ya. And he's gonna kite me. He sees where I'm at. He's not gonna come within reach. As well he should. Alright. Not enough build power, that's the problem here. Staying on your toes there, bud. Stay there for just a second, bud. Just a second. Just a minute more. And there went pink. Well, awesome.
Under attack.
Okay. We know where the base is now. How are we gonna die, peeps? How are you gonna kill us? There's the T3 air factory, which means we're probably gonna see strap bombs. In about 3 minutes here, there's gonna be 2 or 3 strap bombers that come and try to kill me.
Commander under attack.
Would you please put your bricks in range of my commander? I would be eternally grateful if you could do this thing for me. You keep kiting around the outside edge, and it's getting incredibly annoying. It's almost like you don't want to talk to me. I can't imagine why you wouldn't. I mean, I'm a friendly guy. Just come here. Come here. All I want's a hug.
Commander under attack.
A 5,000 power cost hug. That's all I want. All I ask for. And good lord, the Ilshavas taking me out. That was fun while it lasted. Come on, T3 factory.
Commander under attack.
Alright, let's see how long I last against T2 tanks. About all I got left here. Oh, those are obsidians. Crap, 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 crap. T2 Percival alert. Get away from the obsidians. Nice little clump that you got there. Should be shame if something happened to it. Oh, look at this. Look at I want an overcharge. I want an overcharge. Right. Oh, they're declumping. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Nope. Crap. Alright. There's the Harbinger. Got to overcharge him. Come on.
Under attack.
There we go. Bink. 4. I know you're laying in the hurt, but just give me a minute. I'll kill you all.
Commander under attack.
No, you kited again. How dare you? How freaking dare you? I was going to finally kill you.
System innate.
And you're just like, no.
Under attack.
Come on. I see the brick firing pattern. Where are the bricks? Get in eye shot range. No, my commander's in range and I can't see them. Bad. Heap bad juju. Need radar. All of my radar died. Okay, there's the bricks. Now I can see them. I am going to kill one of these bricks if it's the last thing I ever do. There it is. Finally. 2. I'm going to kill all of you. You have been a thorn in my side for long enough. There we go. I lost my T3 factory and all hope, but at least I killed the bricks.
Commander under attack. System innate.
I'll take you all on! Oh man, no more veterancy left. Crap. I'm dead.
Under attack.
I'm dead, I repeat. I'm dead! Oh well. Ugh. The randoms stack is brutal. Okay. Let's see. We had a 1,000 versus 7. We had a 1,300 air versus 700 air. So we had 11, 14, and is that pink? 1,000 versus 800, 12, and 11. Okay. Mainly it was the air slot, I think. The rest of it, not exactly mirror, but it was reasonably well matched. That we had an odd number of sub 1,000s, and that pretty much landed in the worst possible slot combination that it could. But in the end, I got the bricks. I got the freaking bricks, so I'm okay with that. Oh look, a Galactic Colossus. This is like last game. Everything dies until the Galactic Colossus comes online. But see, the problem with this is that there's no intel anywhere. Realistically speaking, the Galactic Colossus does have Omni that is about the same, no, is it slightly larger than its vision radius? I can't remember. Oh no. No! The person who owns the Galactic Colossus is getting strap bombed, which is gonna suck. And when his build power, finish the shield, finish the shield. And nope. He finished the shield. The bubble closed with the strap bomb inside it. And now he's going to die. That's it. Kaboom. This may have actually worked, because there aren't enough packed in units to actually beat this Galactic Colossus. But when the person who owns the Galactic Colossus is dead, well, then you're screwed. Oh well. It was a reasonably entertaining game. I had fun. It runs with the theme of every game I've had today. I think I've played 4 and I've lost every single one. D-ranking for the win. Yes, I did not die first, Bushman, so this will go down as a good casted game because I didn't die first. And one more left. Nope, no, there's the last one right there. One more strap bomb. Come towards the light. Actually, he is going towards the light. Join me in nuclear oblivion. Oh my goodness. Raptor, not quite, but I'm not going to deny you. Oh my word. Wowzers. Not sure if I want to even play another one after that. Okay. I think I'm going to end the official YouTube cast there. I may play another game and stream it on Twitch. I have the same username over there, BRNKoINSANITY. That's going to be in just a little while. I will link that in FAF chat if I start streaming on Twitch. I'm going to take a break for a little while. I need a rest. I may see you guys later. Remember, the Twitter feed is live and it is real. Twitter.com/thebrink is where you need to go for that. Don't forget about the Facebook page and send me any replays you got. I need replays for next week's casts. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you preferably Tuesday, but if not, next Saturday for the next live cast.